You just got handed a set of blueprints. Maybe it's your ADU. Maybe it's a room addition. Maybe it's your whole house. And you start thinking, what am I looking at? Don't feel bad. Most people don't know how to read plans. But stick with me for the next 5 minutes, and by the end of this, you know exactly how to read one. First thing to understand, a blueprint is just a map. Think of it like Google Maps. When you look down at a neighborhood from above, you see streets, buildings, property lines. The floor plan does the same thing. It's your house, seen from above, with the roof taken off. Every wall, every room, every door and window laid out from a bird's eye view. Once you think of it as a map, the rest will fall into place. Every single page in a plan set has a title block, usually on the right side of every sheet. This is an ID card of the project. It tells you who designed it, the owner's name, the project address, when it was drawn, and what revisions you're looking at. If you got more than one revision on the floor plans floating around, and trust me, you will, the date and revision number tell you which is the most current set. Always check that first before you read anything else. Okay, here's where most people get lost. Scale. Everything on a blueprint is shrunk down to fit on a paper. Somewhere on each drawing, usually right below the title block or in the title block, it says the scale, something like a 1/4 inch equals a foot. That means every 1/4 inch on the paper is 1 real foot in the field. That's a 16-foot room. Multiply by 4. Simple math. You can buy an architect's scale at any office supply store for about $10, or just trust the printed dimensions. They're already done for you. Don't measure and calculate if the numbers are already written on the page. A full set of plans isn't just one drawing, it's a whole package of sheets, each one telling a different part of the story. The site plan is the big picture, your property line, where the building sits, how far it is from the edges, the driveway, where the utilities come in. Think of it as an aerial view of the lot. In this plan, you can see where the house is currently, right here. In this plan, you can see that here's the street. This is the existing plot plan right here, the existing house, and a garage. They're going to convert the garage into an ADU. So right here, we have the proposed plot plan where there's going to be an ADU down here. Here's the same house, nothing's changed, and the driveway coming back towards it. Also on this page, you can see where the house is located on the block and a map showing how far the bus stop is. This shows the codes that this plan was drawn under, the scope of work. All the pages that you're going to find in this set of plans are right here. Over here, we have the customer's name, the company name that drew it, and the page identification. Here's what the house currently looks like and the existing garage. And then we have some general notes. Next, we're going to look at the plans page. A 2.0 shows me what was the existing garage and its roof and the plan for the new ADU. And here is the plan for the electrical. So if we zoom in on the plan, we can see the front door is right here. There's the kitchen and living room. And you come down a short hallway to the bathroom and into the bedroom, and here's the closet. This is what a door looks like. It's the door and then its path of swing. Here's a window right here. It's a sliding window and it has egress in it, meaning if there's a fire, someone can crawl out the window. There's a laundry room here and a water heater, hot water heater, and a closet. Right here is a legend that tells me what the various walls are. This exterior wall is a fire rated wall, meaning it's a 1 hour fire rated wall. It needs to be that way because it's close to the lot line. This is a new wall we're adding. You can see it here and around here and over here. And we have to remove some walls and an existing wall. If we look at the electrical, we see there's a switch and a fan. There's a switch and a light. There's a switch to a bunch of recessed lights. And it's a 3-way switch, so you can turn it on here and then turn it off as you leave out the front door. We also see on here the elevations, as if you're standing straight on looking at the building. So here's the front of the building. This is the way we propose it. This one is existing. So all this top row is existing, and these are what we propose. Here we have a section drawing so that if you just cut the building and look into it, you can see the ceiling joists, the walls, things like that. And if you look at it, you have section AA and section BB. We go back up to the plans and you can see right here, I've got A and A. That tells me that the section AA is looking through it this way, and section BB is looking this way. Next, I like to go to the structural page, S1.0 structural, as you can see right here. And this tells me what the foundation is going to be like and what the framing is going to be like. So let's look at the foundation first. There's already a concrete slab there because it was a garage, but this tells me how to waterproof it, keep the moisture out of the new ADU. Because of earthquakes, I need to have shear wall consideration, which shear wall basically means if the ground starts shaking from an earthquake, you want the building not to rack and move back and forth. You want it to stay together as a solid entity. So the way they do that is they tie the walls to the foundations with hangers and hardware, and they use structural plywood to stop it from being able to rack. Kind of like if you were to jump on a chair, if the chair wobbled and the legs fell out from under you, that would be a problem. But if you have the legs strong enough, it can take the impact of you jumping on it. On these foundation plans are callouts. This one right here is page S2.0, detail 7. We have detail 5, detail 6. Here we are on S2.0, and we look for detail 5. And that's telling me how to join two pieces of foundation together. And detail 6 is showing me how to install the hold downs, and same with 7. for the shear value. Going back to the framing plan, we can see this triangle tells me it's a shear wall. It's a 4-foot long shear wall. It's made up of a number 2 shear wall detail. And somewhere on this page is going to be a shear wall detail. And here it is right here. Shear wall schedule, number 2. They want a 30-second structural 5-ply plywood with number 10 D nails at 4-inch on center at edges and 12-inch on center in the field. So of a 4x8 sheet of plywood, I need to put nails every 4-inch all around the edge of the plywood, and in between it where it touches on studs every 16 inches, those nails need to be 12 inches apart. The sill plate is a 3x6 sill plate connected to the foundation every 24 inches with an anchor bolt. As you can see, there's a lot of verbiage in the plan also. There's general notes, and there's California Building Code notes, fastening schedules. All of the information that you need to build the house is in these plans at some point. And it's important that you read the plans, but more important that your contractor reads the plans and your framer reads the plans so they understand exactly what they have to do. This plan also shows you what the air conditioning system is and the bathroom fan, more information about code requirements and fastening requirements, all part of how to build the house. And a builder, as he goes through these, is flipping from page to page, trying to get the clear picture of exactly what it is he's going to be building. Blueprints aren't magic. They're a book, and they're telling a story. They're communicating between the designer, the contractor, the building department, and you, the owner. The better you understand what's on these pages, the fewer surprises you get during your project. If you're in California and you need plans drawn for an ADU, a room addition, or new construction, go to buildableplans.com. I'm a licensed general contractor with over 35 years in the field. I draw plans the way a builder thinks, not just what the code requires on paper, but what actually works when someone has to build it. The difference shows up before the first shovel goes in the ground.